welcome back. It is the 1st of December, or as I more or less feel, the last month of the year. I am personally really big on New Year's resolutions, setting goals, having timelines filmed out so that way you actually know what you're working for and have something to get up and look forward to. I've had an insane year of crushing goals and even creating some goals I didn't know I was going to have. I do believe that you have to go with a little bit of the flow of life, as you can't control everything. You can just do your best. But I am super stoked to go over the highlights of the year with you guys, make some fun highlights of the year, maybe goals for next year that you guys can keep me on track for, and I will just be really worried about getting those sort of next year things set in already. So number one being, I am still needing to get a lot more practice in with my ultrasound. Ultrasounding is an art. It's a little more hard work than I thought it was, physical labor wise, of like having your arm in there and looking for everything. You have to apply a half a pound of pressure to the whole situation while you're searching for something completely blind. So I hope you guys will follow along with that. I thankfully do have a good relationship with my vet, so we will be able to figure it out together, so I don't miss anything. But January will be the start of I really need to be ultrasounding my own horses and figuring out that whole machine. However, it will be something that weather really predicts all of December to me. It is a really nice sunny but cold day out today, which means the ground is hard, no mud, and they can all come out. This makes life so much easier than if it's raining. However, I would do just about anything for the snow that I know most of America is getting, or the United States is getting right now. The snow would just make it so that way I could be working the horses. Surprisingly enough, I can't work the horses on just bare frozen ground. It's a really easy way to end up getting sore spots on their feet, causing abscesses, which would be a whole mess to deal with in the dead of winter. So although it's nice and sunny today, it's a pretty good day. Tomorrow we're supposed to get snow. That will just drastically change what the schedule is, what I get to show with you guys, what I get to do with the horses. The weather really controls my life right now. Kind of what I just told you, where I can set the goals, I can say what I want to do for the week, but then after that it's just holding on. So like if we do get 6 to 8 inches of snow tomorrow while the ground is solid, I will finally be able to go out for sleigh rides, which everybody loves for the month of December, January. I even like going into February with them. It gives us a great workout for the horses, but also something to do and something I can share with my friends. Obviously, we will just be staying tuned, waiting until I get dumped on. It does tend to show you guys a little bit where in Vermont I am, depending on how much snow I get. But stay tuned, and I'd be curious in the comments, how much snow are you guys already up to? I know there's quite a few states across America that are already quite white. I will say, however, a lot of me is distracted right now with Lady. I don't get to talk about her a lot all summer because, well, one, she was too young to really be working, and two, she is my crossbred, which means she is not full draft. She doesn't go to the shows with us. She is just my little pleasure pony, and that is what she has absolutely been for me so far. She is the one horse that I fully enjoy riding. I enjoy Addie too, but I'm not into riding draft horses all the time. Draft horses are large, heavy animals that are not very graceful, they're not very flexible, and although there are plenty of people who have taken a draft horse and gone quite far in a light horse discipline, I personally prefer leaving the drafts pulling and getting a nice riding horse for riding, which is what Lady has been, and I'm super excited. However, gathering the tack for her has been kind of interesting because she is larger than my light horses, but smaller than my draft horses. I had one bridle that was on the last hole and was too tight, and one hole that was on the tightest hole but too loose. So this weekend I will be going over to Meter Supply. I have a video of the last time I got some things sent from Meters. They have their Christmas sale this weekend. I'm very excited to go stock up on some things for the horses, and hopefully I'll be able to share. Although I'm not usually a large spender, as I just told you, I had to make sure that no other bridle in the barn was going to fit before I decide that I'm going to be buying another one. I'm really big on not being overly splurgent like that. I can't thank you guys enough for being here as I get to finally announce that the 2 new poles are up. The pole itself has not been moved, but the 2 new poles who are replacing it are finally up, which means that I will be able to enjoy the barnyard before winter, which was a little touch and go there for a bit because the ground is still starting to settle in where the frost is coming in, and whether or not we'd be able to move that mound. Hopefully, like, they'll be able to move the wires soon, and we really will be able to get this done before the new year. It would be so amazing to be able to park my sleighs behind the barn instead of on the lawn, walking the horses through, blah, 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 blah. I know I've complained about it with you guys before, and I can't wait to share that. So again, thank you to all my followers here. Thank you to all my fans on my OnlyFans. You guys, your comments, your likes, your shares, your views really make it so that way I can continue to do what I do and share it with you. If you guys weren't here, I don't know what I would be doing this all for. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And let me know what you'd like to see in the future. Any questions as I'm coming up with those tips and tricks and issues of what comes up on the farm. I'm planning on doing one about how I do keep things affordable around here, and I'm planning on explaining equine pregnancies to you guys. So those will be 2 that I'm hoping to make this week, and let me know if there's anything else you'd like to know in the comments. Have a great week, and I'll see you guys at least next week.